Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of GOATcher's Cards. It has been a long minute. Having a hard time getting videos posted. Just been very busy in general lately. For those of you that don't know, we have an 8-month-old child who is our first. My work's been busy. My wife's work's been busy. We've been doing shows every other weekend. Had a couple 3 weekends in a row. It's been very busy around here. So I wanted to bring you all a new video tonight that is a little different. So in the past, you've seen us make videos on tag. We've taught people about PSA grading through GameStop. Tonight, I have a new one for you all. We are going to talk about ace grading. So I am very open to trying, new grading companies. I'm also a realist. To be frank with you, the most liquid slab, the most valuable slab in general on the market is going to be the PSA slab. Now, I'm going to have people turn around and say, no, Beckett Black Labels, CGC Pristine. Yeah, I mean, CGC Pristine aren't as liquid as PSA slabs. They're just not. And they're a little harder to get than PSA 10s. And then Beckett Black Labels are so inconsistent when it comes to getting them. There's a reason that only 2% of cards out there that are graded through Beckett get Beckett Black Labels. So I am comparing to typical 10s that you can get any given submission. PSA 10s reign king. They just always are. They probably always will be. However, Ace is a grading company out of the UK. It was started by Randolph with Rand Cards. He also runs a YouTube channel. Really nice personality, social media wise at least. And he has a grading company that he started up, and to be honest with you, the slabs just looked really cool, and so I wanted to give it a try. So we're going to go over the submission itself. I'm going to tell you all a little bit about Ace as I perceive it, and we'll go from there. So let's start with, I had 4 cards that did not get oh my gosh, I'm going to say PSA. I had 4 cards that did not get Ace 10s. Let's start with those. This one's the first one. This is a Mega Charizard XEX in an Ace 9. So if you'll notice, something really cool about these slabs. They, if you pay the extra for the Ace label, they will provide a label that is not only color matched but also design matched, and so it continues the artwork of the background of your card. So Ace 9 of a card that's typically $3 or $4, and to be honest with you, it is sick. It's really cool. So the pricing criteria for grading with Ace. Their basic, which is a 95 business day turnaround, is $15. Their standard is a 40 business day turnaround for $20. So for $5 extra, you cut the turnaround time over half the business days. Premier is $25 and is a 15 business day turnaround. And if you think about it, that is fantastic because PSA's equivalent of that is Express. It's $150 for 15 business days. Here is our Ace 8 Flareon VMAX. We're going to come back to this card here in just a little bit. I'm going to set it aside. Ace 9 Vaporeon V from Evolving Skies. I sent this to just test something. A lot of these full arts from Evolving Skies have print lines going up and down, kind of like roller mark-ish. And I just wanted to see what it would get, but it did get the 9 because of that. And then this is the coolest 9 we got in the submission. Ace 9 Pikachu Neo Genesis First Edition. That artwork extends, that Thunderbolt comes out, still in the wooded area. Really nice slab. Happy to have gotten that. It definitely did not deserve a 10. I'm glad that it got the 9. Back to the pricing. They also have a tier called Ultra, which is $30 a card for a 5 business day turnaround. So again, very good value. And then the last tier that they offer, which is basically walkthrough, is their 2 business day turnaround for $67. They call it Luxury. Here is our first Ace 10, Mega Sharpedo EX. Excuse me. Okay. Ace 10 Mega Sharpedo EX. Such a cool card. Look at the label itself. It just stands out. It's amazing. Really, really cool artwork. I was very happy to have gotten this in the submission. We also got the other Mega Sharpedo EX, the Secret Rare Full Art. The colors are a little off on this one. The background is purple and yellow, and then they kind of went with like such a deep purple that it's black, and then like a pink and an orange. So it looks good, but it doesn't match as well as I had hoped. And I had noticed that with some of these. Some of the labels are spot on. They look amazing. Some of them are a little off. They still look really good, but a little off. So maybe room for improvement. Something to keep in mind with Ace. You have to pay extra for the labels that you're seeing here for these design match labels. It's $3.50 extra on top of your grading fee for the Ace label. You also have the choice to go with a standard label or a color match label. Now, to be frank with you, to be totally honest, the standard label does not look good. It's like black and gold split down the middle at a diagonal. It just doesn't look good. Color match it's okay. But if you're gonna go with Ace, you have to get the Ace label, in my opinion. It's part of what separates them. Here's the Mega Charizard YEX promo 10. Really beautiful card. But see, like, something like this, $5 card, put it in an Ace slab, that is sick. The back looks very, very clean. The slabs themselves are crystal clear, similar to a CGC casing on the side. So you don't have that PSA crystal look on the edge that you can't see through. And this is a very hefty slab. These things are built tough. Built tough. They are really, really nice. So, again, as far as the tiers go, you've got multiple options depending on how, how busy you are or how quick you want them back. But really great options. Here's a Mega Charizard XEX promo in a 10. We should have 2 of those. Yep. So one of them got a 9, 2 of them got a 10. Something else to keep in mind, guys. Obviously, these are not PSA slabs. As such, they do not demand PSA prices. So if you're going to grade with Ace, here is my recommendation. You either love the way that Ace slabs look and you want to put your personal collection in Ace slabs. You have a card that you think PSA is not going to give a 10, but you know that an Ace 10 would be more valuable than raw, and so you send it there. And the reason you may do that is because when Ace was founded, the standard in the industry for grading, and it was this way for a long time, was 60-40 centering on the front. So Ace came out and did 60-40 centering. PSA shifted their standard to 55-45, which does make the front of cards in PSA 10s look much better. 60-40 is pretty obvious. But it was the industry standard for a really long time to do 60-40. And so when it changed, Ace had a decision to make: either stick with what they have always done or change. And they decided to stick with the standard. And the reason that Randy had said they did that is so that there wouldn't be a whole bunch of Ace 10 slabs out there that look different from today's Ace 10 slabs. To me, I think it's totally fine. 60-40 was the standard for a long time. And these slabs look great. The cards look great in them. You're not going to completely make bank off of Ace slabs. But I will tell you that quality-wise, no comparison. These are much nicer, in my opinion, than PSA. I don't like PSA label. I will always carry PSA because I'm a vendor and I go to shows to make money. But these labels, these slabs are just gorgeous compared to what everybody is out there buying. I love this card. Look at this. Carbink from Ascended Heroes, illustration rare in an Ace 10. I picked this up purposefully for an Ace submission. I loved all the gemstones in the back, and I wish there was a little bit more gemstones in the label, but they did hit the mark in terms of making it match the background. So very, very nice. Something else to keep in mind, guys. You see this QR code? You can scan this with your phone. It's going to take you to the Ace database site. It will pull that particular card up. It's going to show you the population report. It's going to show you how many have been graded in that specific grade. It'll show you how many have been graded in other grades. It will also give you subgrades, just like Beckett, and it'll break it down for you. So very, very good attention to detail. Dragonite EX in an Ace 10 from Evolutions. This is another one of those where the color doesn't really match between the label and then the card itself. If they were trying to match the background, they would have gone more, pinks, purples. There's some green back here, like here and here. But to me, this is a lot of green and this is not. And so I think it would have looked a little bit better with some more purple or pink. But still just a beautiful slab. All right, we got Regidrago V Special Art Silver Tempest in an Ace 10. So Ace has some fairly, in my, I read over their criteria for how they grade. To me, their criteria looked almost as strict as just about anything else you can envision, except for the fact that they have a more lax centering standard. And so if that's not your thing, maybe don't go this route. But I think these are just gorgeous. Dracloak, Ascended Heroes, Gem 10. Very cool. It's such quality, guys. It looks great. If you get the chance at one of the upcoming shows, I'm going to be at Tulsa Top Notch, April, let's see here. I'm going to pull it up here. 18th and 19th. So I'll have this video posted before then. Y'all really should come out and take a look. It's feel free to ask. I'll let you hold whatever you want. Really, really cool slabs. Here's an Ethan's Ho-Oh EX. So I had sent this twice to PSA and they gave it a 9 both times. What that tells me, because I looked the card over a lot, I think it is heavy on the bottom compared to the top. And so I think it was just outside the range because the card itself is mint. Very, very mint. I've looked it over. I mean, high LED light. The only thing I can find is it's bottom heavy, and so maybe it was just outside the realm. But it did get an Ace 10. The label color matches perfectly. It's beautiful. This is a great card. Something else you all need to be aware of, I brought price up earlier. Some of you are wondering, okay, well, how far behind is Ace compared to PSA? Depends on the card. There are certain cards like this Glaceon VMAX where price is about the same. You know, it's going to be 50, 60 bucks, whether it's a PSA 10 or an Ace 10. However, there are others like this Origin Form Palkia V. Gorgeous card, looks amazing with the label, matches so well. They even got the staircase going up. I mean, so cool. However, this in a PSA 10 is about 250 bucks, and in an Ace 10, it's about 150. So there's about $100 difference. That is something to keep in mind when you are grading with these guys. Also, liquidity. You know, this company is well known over in the UK. It's not well known here. I envision that these will not sell out like hotcakes, but I also envision that there's a customer base that's sick of buying from PSA because there's been a vocal. Oop, I'm gonna leave that one to the end. I'm sure you guys already saw it though. There's been a vocal minority that has said, "Hey, we're sick of PSA." So you know what? I'm gonna offer you all something different, something that we don't get here in the States. Galarian Rapidash V Special Art PSA, or not PSA, oh my gosh, I'm so used to saying PSA. Ace 10. Really beautiful card. The label is gorgeous on this. My wife wanted to keep it. Really, really cool card. So there is a value bump, right, by grading with Ace, but maybe not as much as going through PSA. But you also get the cards back quicker. Cards that you don't think will get a PSA 10 because of centering, you can send to Ace and they might get an Ace 10. And then if you're just a collector and you just want your cards to be in a really nice slab, maybe go this route. It looks amazing. Here's the Alolan, or not Alolan, this is the Executor from Mega Evolution, the illustration rare. I thought that looked really nice, the background. All right, we've got one chase card that I sent off for grading with Ace. Van Gogh Pikachu. I figured, you know what, if I'm gonna grade some cards with Ace, then I might as well send something nice off to really make the submission, and we did. So here's the thing. For submissions coming from outside the UK, specifically if you're here in the US, the minimum that you are allowed to submit at a time is 20. You have to submit 20 cards. It's quite a bit, and it can get expensive fast, right? If you're not used to grading that many. So you want to make sure that if you need to make your money back, you at least send some cards that you think you can move. I am into all of these cards and this submission for somewhere between $1,000 and $1,100. The Van Gogh Pikachu, we were talking about values earlier. PSA 10 Van Goghs go for about $2,500 to $2,700 right now. They're constantly bouncing back and forth, but that's about where they're at. Ace 10s go for about $1,400 to $1,500. So it's about $1,000 to $1,200 difference. So something to keep in mind if you're going to grade big hits like this. You got to decide if it's worth it to you to potentially miss out on all of that capital. For me, I just really wanted to have a card in the submission that was over $1,000, so I went ahead and sent it. Also, if this sells, that pays for the submission, all the cards, which makes the rest of these free, essentially, and we get to work with them as we see fit. Shipping wise, this is really cool. Ace has received a partnership with DHL. So if you have DHL in your area, the way that it works is you create the submission online, and then you will print their label. They're going to pay for it, and you get to drop off your package free of charge. You don't pay anything sending your cards to the UK. DHL will ship them, and Ace pays for it. Return shipping is $35 flat rate. That is fantastic, because when you send to PSA, one card is usually $19.99 if it's like a cheaper end card, but usually if you send 2 or 3 that are cheaper, or if you send a high value card, then insurance is going to bump it up, and it's usually $34.99, and it can go higher. So they're paying for the shipping and insurance there, and then you just pay 35 flat rate back. It's a really, really good deal if you're a grader. So something to, something to ponder and keep in mind. I love the artworks on these. I think they look great. I think Randy has really done something special over there with these. And to be honest with you, I'm hoping you guys will come out and take a look at these and give them a shot yourself. You don't have to buy one. Come pick one up. I am more than happy to show you all what's going on here with Ace and their slabs. I know that there's a healthy amount of people who are jumping on the tag bandwagon. There's some people who have decided to switch to CGC. Haven't heard a whole lot of people switching to Beckett. PSA is going to remain king forever, but I'm telling you guys, if you decide you want to try something else and you don't want to spend a ton of money on a slab, or you just want to come out and take a look, feel free. It's really, really cool. These are a lot of fun. I'm happy to share the love. I had said earlier I was going to come back to this Flareon, so I have no clue. Like, I looked this over when I got it out. I could not find what was wrong with this, so I scanned that QR code. It took me to the breakdown. Turns out there's a surface issue, so they gave the surface a 7. Everything else got 10s. So with that said, they gave it an 8. On average, I don't know if the way they do it is it can never be 1. I think it is. I don't think it can ever be more than 1 grade above its lowest subgrade. So it got an 8. But yeah, really, really interesting. A lot of fun. I paid for, the only hiccup that I had with Ace this time around was I paid for the standard turnaround time, and back when I paid for it, standard was 20 business days. They updated their turnaround time because they were backlogged, but they sent us an email and said if your submission has already been submitted, it won't be affected. Well, that was a bunch of BS. It was in fact affected by this. So I should have had these back 20 business days ago because their estimate doubled. It went to 40 business days, and in fact, it took 42 or 43 business days for the submission to complete, but it was even longer than that. It was like 48 business days before I actually had them back in my hands. So just keep it in mind. But again, guys, it's a lot faster than going through PSA right now. It's a great option. These are beautiful slabs. I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed if you're just a collector and you're not purely in it for money. And I am not bagging on people that are doing it for money, by the way, or want their collection to be as valuable as possible. If you've seen my showcases at any shows, you know that I'm all about that. But I do think there's something to be said for different markets, and I firmly believe that this could be the start of a new market. Maybe one that's a little less serious, a little more collector friendly, one that there's still room for growth, but at the same time, people are kind of getting back to the, back to the basics. Why do you love cards in the first place? Oh, because I love the artwork, and the label is extending the artwork, and I don't have to pay $5,000 for my favorite card, So, like I said, guys, come out to Top Notch Tulsa, April 18th and 19th, or any of our future shows. I'm sure I'll have some of these around. If they sell out, I'm gonna send off another submission. If they don't, I might send out another submission. We'll see. But I'm looking forward to seeing you all. Thank you so much for spending some time with me tonight. If you have any questions, reach out to my Instagram or my Facebook page, GOATcher's Cards. I am happy to send you pictures or answer any questions. I'm still learning myself, so maybe we can figure some stuff out together. Thank you very much, and we will hopefully see you in the next video. Like and comment and subscribe if you would. It really helps small channels like mine stay busy. Thanks, guys. Bye.